Hi, thanks for visiting peaceandfavor.com. This is Michael, and today's topic is going to be I hurt. One of the things that I do is I spend a lot of time listening to others, to their stories, to what's going on in their lives. And of late, I've just keep hearing that phrase, I hurt. And in talking with people recently, I've just been picking up that people are in pain. And the biggest loss that I've heard about recently is people losing loved ones, people dying, and the pain that the survivors are experiencing. Some to the point where they're not sure that they're going to be able to make it through. That it's so bad that just waking up each day is difficult. Getting up, like their heart is so broken that they don't know if they can function. And this, in many times, is because the person they didn't have a long-term illness that people were aware of. It's like it was a sudden loss, which is, I think, is the most difficult thing to deal with. A sudden loss. I'm going to use the term I hurt because. And it's like I hurt because if I had known the last time we spoke was going to be the last time we spoke, the conversation would have gone differently. I would have treated you differently. I would have focused on you differently. I would have hugged you. I would have hugged you longer. But I hurt because I didn't know. I didn't realize that. When someone has a long-term disease, you kind of feel like you have a chance to prepare, like you see it coming, that demise, that leaving this physical plane. Now, for those of you who have lost people who are close to you, you realize there is no preparing for it. You can go to doctor visits and go through therapy and you know how everything is going, but you're never prepared for that final exit, that final goodbye, that absence of that person in your world, that physical presence. You feel like you lose a piece of your soul. You hurt, and you hurt deeply. What I want to do is just take a moment to acknowledge that your pain is more than understandable. It's valid. Your pain is a way of expressing that you actually have feelings, that you are alive. Is letting you know that there's a traumatic change that has occurred. It's unpleasant. It hurts. For some, it may be that they have physical pain. For some, they have emotional instability. Some people, they just cry and cry and cry. Some, they kind of shut down just so they don't feel anything. But it's bubbling the whole time. The emotions are bubbling. Some of them can't think of anything but what they've lost. Some people, they have good memories that they reflect on. Some people reflect on the bad memories. Some people don't know what to do. They just dive into the work or something, habit, and just get lost in that for a while until they can work the edge off of the feelings. The thing is that pain isn't something to be avoided. It's something to be acknowledged. There is a reason for the pain. And the question is, what are you going to do about the pain? What are you going to do with it? If you lose someone, what are you going to do with that pain? I would suggest to you that one thing you can do is treasure the memories, good times, bad times, whatever times. Be thankful that you had that person in your life, because many people, they don't have people they got close to. They have so-called friends and, associates and things, co-workers. But as far as having someone that you're close to, that you feel bonded to, that is a gift. All right. That is a gift. And the fact that you have experienced that, you are blessed. For some, they have a relationship that is short term with people. In other words, it only lasts a little while. For some, it may be a relationship that has been formed over the course of years and years. Usually like with a relative, someone you've known since you were small, like maybe all your life. And when you lose them, it's like a whole piece of your life is like shattered. And it's just one lens. When I say one lens, it's like the memories and the experiences you have are still there. They still happened. It's just that now that person, you won't be able to sit down and look them in the eye and have that conversation with them or reminisce with them. You won't be able to pick up the phone, even though you will pick up the phone to call them. And then you remember they're not there. But the experiences are still there. And the mark they left on your life is still there. And the reason we hurt so much when we lose someone is because we will miss them. We miss that place they hold in our life. They oftentimes were anchors in our lives, so that no matter what we were going through, we knew there was someone there who was for us. And we may not have acknowledged it. We may not even have realized it until after they were gone, which is hard in and of itself. But the important thing is that you remember and honor them through those positive experiences you've already had, the things that they put into your life. They're teaching you how to care, not because you cared for them, but because they cared for you. People who made sacrifices for you. People who, I tell you, the people that I guess cared the most about were those who I could be around and I could just be me. And that was good enough. I didn't have to be a certain way. There are some difficult things we have to face in life. Losing someone is the hardest, I believe. Especially someone that you've known for a long time. Someone that's close to you. But when that happens, please understand the pain you feel, the depth of pain. That's simply telling you how much you cared. It's not a horrible thing. It's saying that you cared enough about them that it went deep into your heart. So of course, if something happens to them, you're going to feel immense pain. It may even feel like you can't go on without them, but you can. See, because they were teaching you how to live. And the way you honor them, you live. You thrive. Why? Because they set you up to do that. They gave you what was needed, that love, that support, that willing ear at the time when you needed it. That comfort of knowing that someone was there. No words needed, just knowing that they were there. They may be a few houses down. They may have been across the country on the other side of the globe. It doesn't matter. Knowing they were there made your life more calm. They were part of your foundation. Your hurt honors him. Your moving through the hurt honors him. And the way you live, because of the lessons that you learn from them, honors him. The people I've cared most about who have already passed, I still hurt from them all the time. I miss them. It's my hurt. Okay, I miss them. Okay, and I miss their place. I miss having the conversations. I talk to the pictures. Okay, that's one of me. I got, screensaver. Got my loved ones on the little cycling through. Say hi to them, during the day. I'll go and visit gravesite, at certain times and talking to the dirt. I know that, that's just my way of dealing with things, but I value them today just like I valued them then. I probably value them a little bit more now that they're gone. And you too, as you're going through stuff. Whether they died from old age, just natural causes, maybe they had some illness, some disease, cancer or something that wore them down, and finally, they gave up the spirit. So it was long and you had to see them kind of suffer through it, where you were like, I'm just glad I don't have to suffer anymore. That's fine. But even if it was something that was more traumatic, where something bad happened, where they were maybe a victim of violence, or they reached a point in their lives where they were so despondent and down that they end up taking their own lives. That's simply that last piece of their life, if you know what I'm saying. That's one small piece of what happened in their lives. What you treasure is everything that led up to it, that place that they had in your life. We hurt oftentimes over how they went, when the value of the person is on how they lived and what they meant to you in your life. And then you honor them by what you do with that. They're not here now, but you are. And so what do? I live a powerful life. I live a loving life. I'm patient with people, even when they're irritating. Why? I'm pretty irritated myself. And I'm honoring someone else. And I always think about what would they want me to do. If you hurt, I'm sorry you're hurting. But at the same time, a lot of times your hurt is telling you something, and it's saying you need to do something with your life. If it's emotional hurt, deal some with those emotions. If it's a physical hurt, take actions to help alleviate that pain. Some of the things you can't get rid of, like if you have chronic injury or something, you can't get rid of it, all right? But you can lessen it, and you can refocus your attention on other things. The fact, like some people say you need to get over it, you may never get over it. If you love someone deeply, you will never get over it. It's okay. You can still go on and live a phenomenal life. And that's part of that pain is what's left. We had a lot of good stuff, and then we had some pain. But it's like, it's all a package. I'll take it all because that person was worth it to me. This is Micah with Peace and Favor, as well as Life Manifestations and Observations Fellowship. Thank you for taking the time, and I hope this helped you out. Look forward to talking to you again soon. God bless.